Welcome back to Stories 13. Tonight's tale will take you to a place hidden in whispers and erased from maps. A village that, one night, vanished without a trace, but left behind something that refuses to stay forgotten. In the depths of a forgotten countryside, where shadows linger and whispers carry on the wind, there lies a tale that few dare to speak. A story of a village that vanished without a trace, leaving behind only echoes of its existence. Our journey begins on a moonless night as we unfold an ancient, weathered map. Its edges crumble beneath our fingertips, revealing a landscape long since changed. In the corner, barely visible, a faded ink mark indicates a place that no longer exists, a village erased from memory. Into this eerie realm steps Alex, a curious soul drawn by rumors of a place that time itself had swallowed. The air grows thick with foreboding as he ventures deeper into the rural expanse, each step taking him further from the world he knows. Locals eye Alex with suspicion, their voices dropping to hushed tones as he inquires about the lost village. Never go near that cursed valley, they warn, fear etched into the lines of their faces. Some things are best left forgotten. But their words only fuel Alex's determination, igniting a spark of curiosity that refuses to be extinguished. As twilight descends, Alex finds himself following a long-abandoned dirt path. Overgrown with weeds and choked by brambles, it winds its way through fields that seem to whisper with each gust of wind. The very earth beneath his feet feels different here, as if it's holding its breath, waiting. Hours pass, and the landscape shifts imperceptibly. Where once there should have been bustling streets and cozy homes, Alex finds only empty fields stretching as far as the eye can see. But something isn't right. As he moves through the tall grass, his feet catch on unseen obstacles, the faintest outlines of foundations, barely visible beneath the earth. In the center of this ghostly expanse stands a solitary structure, an old stone well, its weathered surface a testament to countless years of neglect. Alex approaches cautiously, drawn by an inexplicable pull. The well's mouth gapes open, a black void that seems to swallow all light. As he leans over the edge, a chill runs down his spine. From the depths of the well, impossibly faint yet unmistakable, comes the sound of whispers. They call to him, a chorus of disembodied voices that speak his name with eerie familiarity. Alex, they beckon, you've come home at last. Transfixed by the otherworldly voices, Alex fails to notice the world around him changing. The air shimmers like heat rising from summer-baked asphalt, and reality itself seems to waver. In the blink of an eye, the empty fields vanish, replaced by a scene from another time. Before him stands the village, frozen in a moment 50 years past. Quaint cottages line cobblestone streets, their windows glowing with warm light. Flower boxes overflow with blooms that should have withered decades ago. In the village square, a clock tower's hands remain stubbornly fixed, refusing to acknowledge the passage of time. But it's the villagers themselves that truly chill Alex to his core. Men, women, and children stand motionless, their blank faces turned towards him in eerie unison. Their eyes, devoid of life, yet somehow pleading, bore into his very soul. Slowly, with jerky movements that defy natural law, they begin to reach out towards him. Panic grips Alex's heart as spectral fingers brush against his skin, cold as the grave and just as final. He stumbles backward, desperate to escape this impossible nightmare. As suddenly as it appeared, the vision vanishes, leaving him alone once more in the empty fields. Gasping for breath, Alex's trembling hands find something in his pocket, an object that wasn't there before. He pulls out an old sepia-toned photograph, its edges worn and curling. His blood runs cold as he stares at the image. There he stands, surrounded by the villagers, their faces now alive with joy and welcome. In the background looms the same well, a dark sentinel watching over them all. The photograph slips from Alex's numb fingers, carried away by a sudden gust of wind. As it disappears into the gathering darkness, the whispers rise once more from the well. This time, they speak not just his name, but a promise that chills him to his very core. You can never truly leave, Alex, for in this place where time stands still, you've always been here, and you always will be. As night fully descends upon the empty fields, Alex stands rooted to the spot, unable to move. The well's whispers grow louder, a cacophony of voices that seem to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. They speak of secrets long buried, of a fate that was sealed the moment he set foot in this forsaken place. The grass around him begins to sway, not with wind, but with unseen hands reaching up from the earth itself. Phantom fingers brush against his ankles, tugging gently but insistently. Alex wants to run, to scream, but finds himself paralyzed by a terror beyond words. In the distance, a faint glow begins to emanate from where the village once stood. Shapes start to form in the mist, the outlines of houses, the silhouettes of people. The village is reforming, brick by spectral brick, called forth by some power Alex cannot comprehend. As the ethereal structures solidify, Alex feels a strange sense of familiarity washing over him. Memories that are not his own flood his mind, of laughter shared in the village square, of harvests celebrated beneath autumn moons, of secrets whispered in shadowy corners. He sees himself in these visions, not as a visitor, but as someone who has always belonged. The villagers appear once more, their blank faces now animated with a terrible joy. They beckon to Alex, welcoming him home with open arms and voices that echo with an otherworldly resonance. Join us, they call, their words carried on a wind that smells of decay and forgotten dreams. Alex's feet begin to move of their own accord, carrying him towards the spectral village. With each step, he feels more of himself slipping away, replaced by the Alex who has always lived here, who has always been a part of this timeless community. As he crosses the threshold into the village proper, the world around him shimmers and solidifies. The empty fields vanish, replaced by the bustling streets and quaint homes he saw in his vision. The villagers surround him, their touch no longer cold but warm with a life that defies death itself. In the center of it all stands the well, its stones now pristine and adorned with intricate carvings. Alex approaches it once more, no longer afraid but filled with a sense of homecoming. As he peers into its depths, he sees not darkness, but a swirling vortex of memories, both his own and those of countless others who have been drawn to this place. The clock in the tower begins to move, its hands spinning backwards at an impossible speed. Alex feels years melting away, his very essence becoming intertwined with the fabric of this place that exists outside of time. He understands now that he has always been here, and always will be, a guardian of secrets, a keeper of stories that must never be forgotten. As dawn breaks over the horizon, the fields stand empty once more. No trace remains of Alex or the village that appeared in the night. But if one listens closely, they might hear the faintest whisper carried on the breeze, a story of a curious soul who found his true home in a place that no longer exists. And so the tale of the village that disappeared overnight lives on, passed down in hushed tones to those who dare to listen. A reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved, and that in the darkest corners of our world, there are places where reality itself bends to the will of forces we can never truly understand. For those who hear this story, a word of caution: should you ever find yourself in a forgotten countryside, following rumors of a lost village, remember Alex's fate. For in that place where time stands still, there's always room for one more resident in the village that vanished without a trace. Some places are not meant to be remembered, yet they find ways to pull us back. If you ever stumble upon a road that leads nowhere, make sure it isn't leading you to a village that disappeared overnight.